Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. This is of a patient who attended with a condition called surface ear, otherwise known as exostosis. And you'll see after I move this dry skin and wax from the ear canal, the patient medially, so towards the eardrum, on the bony part of the ear canal, has some quite prominent and pronounced bony spurs. And whilst you watch the procedure and me removing this dead skin and wax, I'm just using microsuction here, I'll just explain how surface ear and exostosis, however you want to call it, how it works, what's the cause of these bony spurs. And in fact, if you watch right till the end of the video, you're also going to see the patient's right ear, which is even more pronounced bony spurs. So surface ear is a condition whereby if an individual is exposed to either cold air or cold water, sometimes they can develop bony spurs, and that's because the inner two-thirds of the ear canal, the bony part of the ear canal, the bone is a periosteum bone, and it's got a rich supply of blood vessels. And with cold air and cold water, more so cold water, the bone in the ear canal gets very cold, and that then causes the blood vessels to dilate. And when the blood vessels dilate on the bony part of the ear canal, they promote additional bony growth. And normally with exostosis, or surface ear, you can get multiple. You can see them here. So you get one more at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, then one at 4 o'clock, and the other one at 9 o'clock. It's in those regions whereby these bony spurs develop. You can see I'm just cleaning it all out with a Standazone suction probe. I am going to attach a fine end because on those bony spurs there is a bit of wax and dead skin on there. Now you're going to be really, really gentle because they are very sensitive if you make contact. Now on occasions these bony spurs can cause dead skin. It prevents the dead skin from migrating out the ear, which can not only lead to a buildup of dead skin within the ear canal, but also earwax, because earwax is reliant upon the dead skin migration out of the ear like a conveyor belt. And as the dead skin migrates out of the ear, any earwax sitting on the surface of the dead skin also comes out. So if the skin can't migrate out of the ear, then the wax can't. So we're just going to remove that. Now, in the right ear, it's actually more pronounced. You can just about see the eardrum now. It hasn't affected the hearing because there is a pathway of sound. However, if the right side in particular, so you can see, I'm going to remove, you can see that top one there, about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock even. So I'm just going to, there's some hit before that. So you got the 12 o'clock one, you got the kind of the 4 o'clock one, and then there's one at, a big prominent one at 9 o'clock. But it's not obscuring the view of the eardrum, it's healthy. But this is the patient's right ear. You'll see these bony spurs are far more pronounced. Now, if this ear canal becomes totally constricted, so these bony spurs develop further and they completely block the ear canal, and it can cause a conductive loss. A conductive hearing loss is when you can't hear, not because you've got damage to the organ of hearing, the cochlea, it's just the sound can't reach it through the ear canal or the eardrum. ENT surgeons can chisel this bone out, almost using a scalpel almost, chisel it out. Sometimes you have to use a hammer and a chisel to break it up. So this is all that debris from that patient's left ear. You can see the different shades. Some parts are quite dark and they're oxidized. You got some of the lighter brown, which is the more fresher dead skin and wax. So that's that in time will oxidize. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, and speak soon.